if I'm correct, he played right back that day, and he wasn't good either. Let's jump into this particular person in the starting lineup, which at this point, I'm not very happy with him at all. I'm talking about Takehiro Tomiyasu. Now, this has been a long time coming. I think personally, I've given a lot of grace. Yes, he's been injured. Yes, we've seen him at his best. When he first came to the Arsenal, those first 6 months, he was fantastic at right back, may I add. But Takehiro Tomiyasu, maybe it is the injuries or whatever the case is, he is no longer of the level to play in this squad. To play in the first team, I'll say that much. No real fault of his own. We've seen this team evolve very quickly, like we've been saying. So much so now we're seeing Gabriel almost on the fringes as well. We're seeing Tierney not even being picked for the squad. Like the speed this team has evolved has been incredible. But the truth about Takehiro Tomiyasu, I just don't think he's good enough to play for us anymore. The way we're playing with our fullbacks and stuff like that, I don't think he can slice it. Especially at left back, he's been exposed. We keep using him there now because he done a one job on Salah last year. Return him to right back and let him play in a more natural position to him. Or if he can't do especially what you want from these fullbacks, like you're saying Tierney can't do, then he should be a centre back, backup. I'm beginning to have enough of Tomiyasu. I can't lie, I'm beginning to have enough. But
phrasing, I'm beginning to have enough.
But I don't know if it's English or poor English, but I'm just running. That's the word. I'm running out of patience.
Yeah.
The egg timer is here ticking now. Like I'm running out of patience with Takehiro Tomiyasu.
I have to agree to an extent. I think the left back, I won't even call it an experiment, but the left back thing now, I can't remember the last time Tomiyasu played at right back, but I'm sure someone will tell me, and I'm sure maybe it won't be that long ago. But did he play right back? He came on for Timber? Was Timber at left back last game before he got injured?
Yeah, came on at left back.
Timber. Came on left back. So yeah, we saw Tomiyasu have this amazing performance against Salah, who, might I add, loves to come in on the left. He's not really someone who goes to the byline. Obviously, don't get on my neck, he can go on his right, and you've seen him do that, but it worked perfectly for him. Was stronger than Salah. Since then, I personally can't think of another great Tomiyasu left back game, or even like a good one. I understand he's great for the versatility, and he can play there. And in a situation like now, if Tierney wasn't there, I would be like, yeah, play this guy. At least he can do a job. He can manage there. But when you do have Tierney, who is defensively very sound, who can give you an attacking option, yes, he's not the best at inverting. I don't think he's horrible on the ball, but again, it's kind of like the Gabriel situation where there's not that finesse that he has. But other than that, I think he's really good. I think he's a great player. I know for whatever you want to say about him wanting to, like, potentially leaving to go wherever, he will not letting go of a bad player. This is a good player, a very good player in my opinion. And I just feel like if you are a natural left back, you have to play your natural left back, especially when you have Partey who can do the inverting thing. And then Tierney falls back into the back three, which we have spoken about and has played and does play for Scotland. So for me, again, I'm not a manager, I ain't got no coaching badges. I'm just Paul from the Cannon Club. But, you know what I mean? I can't see the logic. Like, you had this guy on toast. And, again, it's nothing to do with the red card. I think that just kind of adds a little cherry on top. But it's outside of that, I wasn't completely impressed by him. I don't think he gave us anything amazing going forward. I don't think he did anything much for the control. I don't think he did anything that Tierney couldn't do. And I felt like Tierney could have given us more. So I'm really worried moving forward for Tierney, obviously, and for the team, because with Zinchenko's track record, he's about 6 games away from another injury. And then and Timber, we know, is out long term, unfortunately. And now, before I was like, I don't think we need to go out into the market and get another left back. But now it seems that Tierney's not even making match day squads. I mean, imagine today, if Tierney's on the bench, even if he didn't want to initially, he has to come on. And he would have been great for that situation. Even when we were trying to defend the lead, I'm sure he would have been one of the options to come off the bench and provide great defensive cover and potentially take the ball upfield. He likes to go on those lazy runs. He didn't have that today. It didn't cost us. But yeah, just Tomiyasu, I'm not sure. I don't know if he's not good enough for Arsenal. Just think we need to see him more at right back.
Yeah, right back is obviously right back, a centre back, as they say, is his preferred position. Positions he's played before for his previous team and for his national team. This left back thing is an Arsenal experiment that paid off on one occasion. And I think I remember the match after the Liverpool game. We played him at left back and he stank. Like, it's I just think we need to end it. And I mean, my bigger worry, like, I think, and this is where my worry was coming from at times last season when he was fit. I think was it the Sporting game, the one we went out, the Europa League match. He played and he came off. Did he come off injured that day?
Yeah, that's when he did the groin or whatever. He overstretched for a ball or something.
If I'm correct, he played right back that day. And he wasn't good either. And this is what I mean. Like, I just trying not to be harsh. I want to judge him on right back because I know left back ain't his position. He's playing pretty fluently with his left foot though. I did acknowledge that in the match, but it's just 100%. Like, bro, like, I just don't think you have the minerals now to play in this team with the rate of how it's improving. Like,
I think the injuries,
I just feel like the team have outgrown Tomiyasu, and like you're gonna say, the injuries have probably played a part with that.
It's a shame, but like you said, you first started the conversation, the team has been evolving at a crazy rate, and I think this is a make or break. We spoke about make or break season for a lot of the players in the team. It's definitely one for Tomiyasu, and if he has more subpar, performances, he could easily find his way out on the exit door. And it would be a shame because I kind of feel like the injuries are what played the initial part in his situation. And maybe that's an adjustment period coming from Syria. It wasn't, it's not great in terms of obviously the physicality and matching it and his body breaking down, unfortunately. But I'm not sure, man. I'm even looking at Kivior, who's a left-sided centre back who we've been seeing playing at left back. Maybe Arteta's not convinced. I don't know. And this isn't me being apprehensive to change or to seeing different things, but I've seen this. We've been seeing Tomiyasu at left back. Yes, and missed the injuries, but it hasn't been something which we've seen 2 or 3 times. There's like a bit of evidence to go off. And even like you said, at right back, again, with the caveat of injuries, it's still not looking good. So my only thing is he needs to just play right back one, and then he's going to have to start putting some shifts in because there are other options out there. We've been linked with right backs. Some of them have kind of fallen off, but we've been linked with right backs. Or just give it back to Ben White and bring my boy Gabriel.
Finit, man. Free Magales, bro. Bring my man back in. Like, okay, discounting people like Holding and Cedric, who we know, it's a matter of time before they leave the club. Even if it's at the end of next season, they're leaving the club. We know that fact. Discounting those 2 people, Tomiyasu is about 1.5 signings away from leaving Arsenal next anyway, in terms of from the defense.
Yeah.
Like, once Tierney the manager's saying one thing, but I'm not believing him. So maybe once Tierney makes way and leaves, we're already apparently looking into signing someone because of Timber's injury. We bring in someone else now. Tomiyasu is that last choice defender.
Yeah, he's now Tierney.
He's now Tierney. He's now holding. And then if you sign someone else, he's gone.
Yeah.
So for him to be in that respect so far back in the pecking order, if everyone is fit and ready to go, but he's starting here, I don't know, man. I would have rather you played Kiwior. And maybe Kiwior doesn't quite have the pace for someone like AU in this occasion, but I feel like I've seen better at left back from Kiwior in his recent appearances there than I have in Tomiyasu since Arsenal played Liverpool last season. That's the fact of the matter.
Oh man, yeah. Again, we could sit here all day and caveat this thing and talk about why maybe Tomiyasu isn't performing to his best or why Arteta has placed him there. But the matter of the fact is, right now, I'm not fully convinced of him at left back, and I feel like we're not getting the solidity at the back per se. We're not getting the I don't know if he's even. I don't think he was inverting. I think Partey was doing that, but again, he was coming really wide and pass the ball inside, etc. This and that. But again, nothing I couldn't feel that Tierney or anyone else could have done. So yeah, man, he's on. I don't know what watch to say. So I was going to say fraud watch, but I think that's harsh for like a player for our team. But I think it's just more. He's in the position he was at the beginning of the season. He's going to have to really put in a couple of good shifts to show his worth per se in terms of moving up the pecking order. So it's not like, when the new right back comes in, I'm still in the pack of players to be considered. Right now, I think the only thing keeping him, in a sense, is that versatility that if, God forbid, Saliba, White, Kiwior, Tomiyasu can play centre-back. And these sort of things, his versatility is what I think is Arteta really likes, is that, Tierney can play left back and I guess centre back as an emergency. I know he probably wouldn't like him there because of his height, but Tomiyasu can play across the back four. How well he plays, obviously left up to, but at least, he's got both good feet and he's tall, he's quick-ish. So yeah, but he needs to step up.
Yeah, the thing is, on a night like this, if he stays on and plays the rest of the game and the result is still the same, we win at 1-0, Tomiyasu gets 7 out of 10. And more time you play Tomiyasu anywhere in that defensive line, he gets 7 out of 10. But just in terms of what, Mikel is saying the team demands these days, this, that, and the other, I just don't see it from Tomiyasu. So, yeah, like I said, the egg timer is ticking and Tomiyasu, I'm beginning to get frustrated. I'm beginning to lose my patience with some of these performances and individual things happening within these performances.